Welcome to the BamaInsider.com live stream on YouTube. It's Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com. Breaking news as Alabama has landed another commitment from the class of 2019. I'm on right now with Andrew Bone. Going to bring him in. What's up, Bone? How you doing, man? Good to hear from you.
Hey, what's up, Kyle? Big commitment for Alabama today. It's actually been a pretty good week for Alabama to start out with.
Oh yeah,
getting Amari Kite the other day, and then now just getting DJ Dell, the big in-state defensive lineman from Clay Chalkville, big kid, 6'2", 6'2.5", about 330 pounds. Just a whole lot of man right there. It's somebody that Alabama really liked early on in his recruitment. And, they've been recruiting him for a while, and they really wanted to go after and get a nose tackle in this year's class. And they found Dell kind of early on. And, just so happened, he's a kid who grew up an Alabama fan. He also grew up in the state of Alabama. So kind of an easy get for Alabama, but still a big get.
Have Andrew Bone on right now. As you know, he just said DJ Dell commits to Alabama. I mean, the second commit and the third really in the last couple of days, rewinding to Amari Kite, and then with Kevin Harris and now DJ Dell. What does this mean for Alabama's class of 2019 besides the fact that they're just straight rolling?
Well, it's a strong start. There's no doubt about it. A lot different than what we saw last year at this point. Everybody kept wondering last year, when are some commitments going to happen? And, now people are wondering, when are these commitments going to slow down? And it doesn't seem like it's going to anytime soon. It's been really a good month for Alabama. Starting last month with a lot of commitments, and then just today getting Dell. We'll see what happens moving forward, and it may slow down just a little bit. Right before the summer starts, there's going to be a lot of kids on campus in June. A lot of evaluations that are still going to be taking place. The coaches are on the road right now evaluating kids this spring, so we could see some more offers go out. But really the biggest thing is just getting some guys on campus this summer. Whether or not they participate in the camp, Alabama just wants these guys to come in and visit, spend time with them, see the campus, see everything, decide if they want to take an official visit down the road. But obviously right now things are going really well for Alabama.
What type of player is Alabama getting in this defensive tackle? I mean, is he just a big down and dirty type, kind of do-it-your-all? We're playing some highlights of him right now. And what is he, kind of just a physically imposing type of a player at the defensive tackle position?
Yeah, he really is. He's kind of one of those immovable objects. I mean, he's a big kid, big, strong kid. Very physical. He's somebody that Alabama fans are really going to like a lot. I mean, I think he's a real good player. He's not going to be your elite pass rushing extraordinaire type guy. He's not your Raekwon Davis, but could he be a Daron Payne type guy? Now, Daron Payne was an elite athlete. I mean, that was just a special human being. And I'm not saying he's going to end up being Daron Payne. He's going to be his own man, but could he have some of the similar characteristics as Daron Payne? Absolutely. Daron Payne wasn't an elite pass rusher, but he was always. It seemed like he was always in the backfield. He was just kind of a man child out there going up against these centers, and won most of the one-on-one competitions against them. And I think he's going to be able to really set the tone out there. A kid, strong kid, and somebody that Alabama really wanted as part of their class.
We have Andrew Bone on right now, and in fact, I'm going to try to let's see. We got a call coming in. Let me see if I could take this for you guys real quick. Hey, what's going on? This is Kyle Henderson at BamaInsider.com. What you got?
Oh, hello.
Yeah, go ahead, man. What you got?
Hello.
Yes, you're on the line with Bama Insider, man. What's up? Go ahead, shoot.
Hey, excuse me, when Alabama's first game?
Alabama's first game is coming up, and they're going to play Louisville, and that'll be on September. Let me get you the official date. There's September 1 against Louisville, and that game will be in Orlando, Florida. You like Alabama big in that game? I know I do.
Yes, I'm really Alabama fan. I love Alabama.
Yeah, what do you like most about Alabama, man? Go ahead.
I just like the way they run their play, and I like Jalen Hurts and stuff like that.
You think Jalen's still going to be the quarterback, young man?
Yes, just I really want. I don't want him to leave Alabama.
What about Tua Tagovailoa?
Yeah, I know he good at everything. I be watching that. I went to his game before.
Hey man, well thanks for calling in the show. We'll catch you next time, okay, buddy?
Okay, hey, scare me.
All right, man. See you later, buddy.
All right, bye.
All right, young man giving us a call today. You can call into the show anytime, 205-686-3604. Going to get Andrew Bone back on the line real quick and, see what else he has to say about this class of 2019 class. If you're just joining us, Alabama has landed a defensive tackle. And let's bring on Bone back onto the show. 2019 straight rolling as Alabama continues to sizzle through. All right, we got Andrew Bone back in the business. Bone, I'm gonna bring up. We just took a call real quick. What I'm gonna do is I'm showing everybody on the screen right now. Class of 2019. I'm gonna actually let me bring this up for everybody. And then what I'd like you to do is talk about 2019 as a whole. Actually, we just lost Andrew Bone. Again, we're gonna have to improve on our website on the internet strength with Bone. But as you can see, Alabama now with 12 total commitments. This number will update here on the top. Kevin Harris was just yesterday, and now DJ Dale today. It'll be interesting to see if Alabama jumps Oklahoma in the rankings to be that number one team of the Rivals.com rankings. My name is Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com. If you're just joining us, Alabama has landed DJ Dale, big-time defensive tackle from Alabama. And it's you can see the complete commit list right here. Kevin Harris, defensive end from yesterday, 6'4", 220 pounds. And Amari Kite just a couple days before him at 6'6", 300 pounds. Here's some more highlights of Dale. I'm going to let this run, and then you guys can check this out. Let's see. Give you guys and if you guys want to call into the program at any time, the number is 205-686-3604. My name is Kyle Henderson. Yeah, 2019 is just straight loaded. Let's bring this, let's get some highlights of DJ. And here we go. Let me transition this out for you guys. All right, you guys should be able to see that now. A defensive tackle, obviously a huge priority for Alabama, and right now it looks like Quinnen Williams is going to be that likely defensive tackle this year for Alabama, and then you're going to have Isaiah Buggs on one side and then Raekwon Davis on the other side. But but behind that, I mean, who's a defensive tackle for Alabama, right? I mean, so you're going to need depth. Defensive tackles are so hard to come by. And, Alabama almost had, let's see, I'm texting Bone right now to call in the number. Alabama almost had that Notre Dame defensive, that Notre Dame transfer, and then he failed out. So Alabama needs depth at the position, especially going forward. Another really big get for Alabama at the defensive tackle position. Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com. And let's see if we can get Andrew Bone to at least call into the show, and then we can talk about 2019 a little bit more with our recruiting analyst. And give me one more second while I can try to get Bone in. All right, here we go. Bone, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, okay, we got Bone back in the business. Hey, man, what I wanted to talk about before we lost you through the airwaves, I don't know, we're not having good luck with that, but talk about this class overall. We got DJ Dell and Kevin Harris before that, Amari Kite. Just kind of go over the class of 2019 if you can.
I mean, it's a really good class. You're starting it off with some guys that are not only good players but great leaders, guys who can really kind of set the tone recruiting wise for Alabama. You have Pierce Quick, who's been committed for over a year now. Obviously, he's been a big recruiter for Alabama, and now getting some more vocal guys, especially guys at the quarterback position, guys like Talia Tagovailoa and Paul Tyson. Getting both those guys on board early on is huge because they're both in-state guys. They're quarterbacks. They're supposed to be leaders of the class, they're pretty vocal. Especially Paul Tyson. Paul Tyson is very active on Twitter, trying to recruit other guys. So he's going to be a big leader. And these guys can get down to Tuscaloosa as often as possible. They're not all the way across. It's not a kid from California that's committed who will only be in Tuscaloosa once or twice during the year. You've got guys who are living in Alabama who are going to be down in Tuscaloosa very often. Every time something big's going on, whether it's a camp or a game or a cookout or whatever it may be, these guys are going to be down there trying to help recruit other guys to join them at Alabama. But you get some other big names on board in the last few weeks. I mean, starting out a couple of weeks ago, getting guys like Christian Williams, elite defensive back out of Daphne, Shane Lee, number one inside linebacker in the country out of Baltimore, which shocked a lot of people. I mean, most of them were penciling him in to go to Penn State, and then with Alabama able to get him on board, that was huge. And then obviously this week Amari Knight, and then Kevin Harris jumping on board yesterday, and then you get DJ Dell today. So it's been a pretty solid run for Alabama over the last month.
Bone, what do you think about Alabama? I keep asking you every time on the program, but people are interested in this. What do you think about Alabama having two quarterbacks on for the class 2019, Paul Tyson and Talia Tonga-Valoa? Are you surprised that they took two quarterbacks?
No, not at all. I mean, that was kind of the plan from the get-go, to take two quarterbacks in this class, and there was no doubt that both of those guys were going to be top targets for them. Now, I think there was probably a little bit of question whether or not both of them would commit to Alabama, just because you look at both situations, and you've got Talia, whose older brother Tua is at Alabama. Did he want to jump on board and go there? Most people expected so, but he could have easily gone somewhere else and maybe try to make his own name. Which I'm not saying he's not making his own name, but that's kind of the perception that a lot of people tend to get, and we've seen that several times through the years with top kids deciding, because my dad played there, I'm going to go and I'm going to end up going somewhere else, and my older brother played there, I'm going to go somewhere else. We see that from time to time now. Talia, he's his own man. I think he made his own decision. It definitely helped out with his family living here in Alabama, and Tua being at Alabama, and obviously Tua, getting a lot of love from Alabama fans for that pass he threw in the national championship game, that comeback victory. But I think that he really likes Alabama a lot and has liked them for a long time. And then obviously with Paul Tyson, there was little doubt where he was going to end up. I mean, he's a kid who has grown up an Alabama fan his whole life. His great grandfather, Paul Bear Bryant, 6 national championships at Alabama. Where else was he going to go? He had a lot of offers, and there's some times that you start wondering, well, are these offers coming in because of who his great grandfather is? But then you go out and you watch him play, and you're like, no, he's doing that on his own. This is a really, really good football player. Threw for over 3,000 yards as a junior last year, and only playing 1 year at Hewitt Trustful, threw for over 3,000 yards. So he was able to build a good connection with that coaching staff over there, those receivers, and have an outstanding year. So I expect even bigger things this year as a senior. And we got a chance to see him down at the Rivals camp in Mobile earlier this year. Outstanding. I mean, he's really kind of developed himself into, in my opinion, one of the top quarterbacks, not only in the South but in the country. And I think we'll see his rise continue in the rankings. And I think he's going to have a big year. He's like I said, he's a big kid. He's 6'3.5", almost 220 pounds, and he's got a big, strong arm. So he's a great kid, and both those kids are they love competition. They thrive on it. They both are looking forward to competing against each other every day in practice in the future, and looking forward to being teammates. I don't think they know each other that well. I mean, they've met each other on a few recruiting visits, but Paul Tyson and Pierce Quick, those guys are really good friends with each other. You know, they're teammates, but they're also good friends with guys like Clay Webb on the recruiting trail and some other guys. You know, they don't really have that relationship with Talia just yet, but I expect that relationship to only continue to grow stronger throughout the next, I guess you can say several years.
We're talking with Andrew Bone, our recruiting analyst on BamaInsider.com. Bone, everybody's asking me on the chat line, who's next to commit? But before you do that, what's the latest on Clay Webb and what's his timeline?
Well, you know, Clay's one of those kids who, you know, it wouldn't surprise you with what he did. You know, he could announce at any time. You know, he's told me that he wants to wait until, and he's going to sign in December. There's no doubt about that. He's going to sign in December. Now, does he commit in December or does he commit before then? You know, we'll have to wait and find out. I think he still wants to take some visits this summer and then make a decision. But in my mind, I think he knows where he's going to go. I think he just, you know, may want to enjoy the process just a little bit more. But Alabama's in great shape there. You know, who's next to commit? You know, that's always a loaded question because you just never know. You never know who may just out of nowhere, like a few weeks ago when Shane Lee committed to Alabama. Nobody was really expecting that to happen, and then it happened. You know, we were kind of expecting DJ Dell and Amari Kite to jump on board. We knew it was going to happen within. We thought it was going to happen a little bit sooner than it did. It kind of spread out to about a week and a half instead of a couple of days after the A-Day game. You know, Jalen McCullough is another guy that, you know, we're still kind of keeping an eye on. You never know when he may decide to pull the trigger. And there's a lot of defensive backs that are out there that Alabama has their eyes on this year. They really like Jalen McCullough being one of them. Had just visited for A-Day. And it may be tough down the road. You know, some of these guys may end up losing spots if other guys, you know, end up committing. So I think, you know, some of these guys that, you know, may be borderline right now, you know, in case they want to, if they definitely think that they want to go to Alabama, they may want to jump on board sooner than later because, you know, the class is up to 12 commitments now. You know, Alabama's going to take, you know, they're probably got about halfway through with their recruiting class right now. They're probably going, and maybe a little bit under than that. They're probably going to end up taking around 26, 27 guys this year. But there's a lot of big names that are still out there. You know, it's crazy just looking kind of through the list last night of who all is still out there for Alabama that they have a good chance to sign, plus another, you know, 3 or 4 dozen kids that they're heavily recruiting that are going to visit throughout the spring or throughout the summer and into the fall. So, you know, a lot still going on. So there's no telling what may happen. But, you know, Jalen McCullough, Will Richard, the number 1 kicker in the country out of Hoover, still kind of watching him pretty closely. We'll see if Alabama decides to take him, you know, soon, or if they decide to wait until the special teams camp on June the 2nd and decide then. You know, Alabama has some young kickers, Joseph Boulevard, Skylar DeLong, you know, 2 freshman guys at kicker and punter. So do they end up deciding to take a kicker in this class? It's, you know, I think Will Richard is too good to pass up, but it's still something that they have to decide, you know, given the fact that there are 2 young kickers on scholarship. But we'll see what happens.
Hey, Bone, thanks for joining us on the program. People can find out more on what it means landing DJ Dell if they go over to the BamaInsider.com premium message board. Subscribe. You can try out 30 days free, and you can get the full scoop on DJ Dell. Bone's got it locked down along with Chad Simmons. Both those guys do a great job. But Bone's our recruiting analyst. We'd love to have him in. Thanks for joining the show, Bone, and we'll talk to you soon, man.
Okay.
See you, buddy. All right, that's Andrew Bone. Again, you can call into the show, 205-686-3604. If you're just joining us on the program, DJ Dell has committed to Alabama. This is a story up on Rivals.com by Chad Simmons. I'll go ahead and read a couple lines from the story, and that should be framed for you guys. All right, here we go. DJ Dale hit the road this spring and he visited Alabama, Auburn, Clemson, Florida State, and Tennessee. All schools impressed him, but his last visit to Tuscaloosa pushed him to commit earlier than he planned to. The 6'3", 300-pound defensive lineman out of Pinson, Alabama, Clay Clarksville, announced his commitment to Alabama on Wednesday and explained his commitment. In his own words, I have committed to Alabama. I committed on a day, a day that I had no plans on committing on, said Dell. I didn't plan on committing until sometime in the summer, but I just felt like it that day. I told Coach Saban, Coach Klowski, Coach Lepoy, and Coach Key at the end of a day, and they were very excited. So it looks like he was a silent commit before the news kind of shook up today. Big time get for Alabama as Alabama lands a defensive tackle, and those defensive tackles are certainly hard to come by. If you're just joining us on the program, I know a lot of you guys are just coming in. Alabama has landed DJ Dale, 6'3", 320-pound defensive lineman. And I want to bring up Alabama's commitment list before I hit you guys, before I let you guys go. And you can always call into the show, 205-686-3604. And I wanted to tell you, when you call into the show, if I don't answer and it's offline, you can also leave me a message and I'll play it on the show. So don't be afraid to give me a call and we can rap online, get some dialogue going back and forth. I was going to bring up Alabama's commitment list for you guys real quick so we could take one more look at it. And then I'll bounce you guys out, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your Wednesday. Man, we've been doing a lot of these shows, right? I mean, we're back and forth. A lot of commitments to Alabama. There we go. All right, this is updated right now. All right. DJ Dell at the top of the list, and there it is, going into frame. 12 total commitments. DJ Dell today, 6'3", 320 pounds, 3-star. Out of Pinson. And look at where all these guys are on the list. Alabama, Georgia, Alabama, Kentucky, Alabama. There's a Shane Lee out of Baltimore. Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, Georgia, Alabama. Alabama has already 6 guys from in-state. I mean, they're planning to win championships moving forward with guys from in-state. You got to love that. And guys that are close in proximity to Alabama. I mean, I think that's a little bit of a rarity nowadays to just kind of stick around your particular part. And Alabama's certainly doing that and scooping up guys from right here in Alabama and Georgia and Kentucky. I don't know if you guys saw this. This is now I'm on BamaInsider.com. This happened last night, and let's see. Here we go. Did you guys see this? Dallas Warmack to transfer, offensive lineman. He was slated on the third string, but decided to transfer. And it was first reported by AL.com's Matt Zenitz. And it looks like Oregon could be a potential landing spot. Warmack will be a graduate, so he can transfer. I don't think it's a huge loss for Alabama, but, when you look at the numbers, there's always a couple guys who are going to bounce out, and Dallas Warmack just happens to be the next guy from Alabama to dip out. You can read that story on BamaInsider.com. Kyle Henderson here of BamaInsider.com. You can call into the show, 205-686-3604. Hit me up anytime you guys want to rap. And, I appreciate you guys giving me some good feedback on the comment section. I know you guys want Clay Webb. And Clay Webb is a big-time target for Alabama, no doubt about it, as he's one of the most coveted linemen in the class of 2019. Hit me up anytime, and I always offer this. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us a thumbs up. And if you want the more premium scoop, go to BamaInsider.com. Look for the free 30 days anywhere on the website. Give us a chance for your business. Really love to grow that website up, bringing some new flavor to the website, podcast, these live streams, and of course we got the message board, which is always slamming. My name is Kyle Henderson. My email, I should probably put this on the live link somewhere, but it's kyle@BamaInsider.com. And let me bring this up for you guys real quick before we close out. just so I can give you the scoop. And I'm not the only guy at Bama Insider. I mean, we got Tony Sukalis, who does a great job on the team front, and Andrew Bone, of course, who does our recruiting. So we got I mean, is it all-star studded staff? I don't know about that, but we're doing our best. So hit us up. This is the front page right now. As you can see, a story on DJ Dell. Tony has a story on he wrote on Tevin Mack, the transfer, who this story right at the top right. Tevin Mack, you could watch him this coming year for Alabama basketball. I think he's going to make a name for himself. And, you can read more on that on BamaInsider.com. But I'm about to bounce out. Thanks for joining us today. Class of 2019 straight rolling for Alabama. DJ Dell has committed. You can rewind the show and you can watch all that stuff. I played some highlights of him early on. Be good people, as I always say. If you're in the United States military, thank you so much for your service. We greatly appreciate what you do for this great country. Have a great Wednesday. Cinco de Mayo just around the corner. So, we're getting through the week. It's Wednesday. We're almost there to the weekend. From Tuscaloosa, Alabama, this is the BamaInsider.com live stream on YouTube. We'll catch you soon on BamaInsider.com. See ya.